Alright, hey guys, it's Happily Nappy here. This is actually going to be a first video of a little mini video series that I'm going to do. I would like to address the topic of hair growth. I know a lot of people are wondering, how can they get their hair to grow? And all I have is just some tips that's been helping me, especially this year, to help retain my hair length. The first thing that I want to hit on that is very, very important is that you need to make sure that you don't have, a circumstance that's not allowing your hair to grow. For example, sometimes we can get infections on our hair scalp and like a fungal infection, and that will actually, inhibit the hair growth. Some of us may have other situations such as different types of alopecia. I know, for example, like traction alopecia is one that is actually will get in the way, will inhibit your hair growth. So you want to make sure that you don't have something like that going on with your hair. And the only thing I can recommend would be to go talk to a dermatologist, because obviously, especially if it's a fungal infection, you're going to want to take some type of medication to get rid of the fungal infection, and then your hair will flourish. After that, if you know you don't have anything like that going on, I'm actually going to tell you guys can actually just breathe in. Your hair is growing. Your hair is never not growing. The problem that we have, where we may hit a plateau in our hair growth, where it just seems like our hair is not going past our chin or it's not going past our shoulders, is because we're having a problem in retaining the hair growth. So your hair is definitely growing. I do want to point that out. Like I said, if you don't have some type of infection or alopecia going on, your hair is definitely growing. The problem is retaining your hair length. And I do have some tips for that I've noticed, especially this year. I've noticed the most hair growth in my hair because I've started to do certain things to help retain my hair length. Okay, so let me talk about that a little bit more. When you don't take care of your hair in such a way where you are retaining the length, pretty much your hair is breaking off. Your hair is becoming brittle, and it's breaking off at a much faster rate than your hair is growing. So the one thing that I could really I cannot stress enough is moisturize. Moisture. You have to moisturize your hair. If you allow your hair to get dry, it's going to become brittle, and every time you go to do your hair, it's going to break off, and it's going to break off a lot. And that's one of the problems in retaining the hair length and retaining our hair that's growing, because like I said, your hair is definitely growing. It's a problem in retaining that length. So if you allow your hair to get dry and you don't moisturize, you're not going to be able to retain the hair length. You're not going to be able to retain your hair growth. So there's a lot of different products that you could buy where the first ingredient is water, and that's absolutely fine. But it really isn't even that deep. Like it's really as simple as putting water, good old H2O, in your hair. Now what I use, I bought a spray bottle. Now you can get a spray bottle at Dollar General, any like dollar store or Walmart. Get like a little spray bottle and just put some water in there. And every day, start spraying your hair with water. That's going to help keep your hair healthy. It's going to keep your hair moisturized. Also, I use aloe vera juice. Now you can get aloe vera juice wherever. I get a big old jug from Walmart. I like to add a cup of water and about a half a cup of aloe vera juice. I put that in a spray bottle, and I'll just let that spray bottle sit in my refrigerator and use it until it all runs out, and then I fill it back up with aloe vera juice and water. I've learned that aloe vera juice helps heal the cuticle. Your hair has, cuticles. It has layers on the hair strand, which can become damaged over time. I've learned that aloe vera juice helps with smoothing the cuticle back out and protecting your hair long enough so that it doesn't break off easily. So that's my first tip. Water with aloe vera juice. Aloe vera juice isn't necessary, but that's what I've been using for over a year. I've been using for my hair aloe vera juice and a water mixture. and how often should you do that. Now that's really up to you. For my hair, which I will talk to in the next tip, for my hair type, I noticed that if I moisturize my hair and seal correctly, which we'll also talk about sealing as well, I really don't have to use my spray bottle on my hair for another week. When I first started out and I was really trying to get my hair to grow, I would moisturize my hair with my spray bottle about every 2 to 3 days. And that brings me into my next tip. You really need to know your hair type first. As you can see, my hair it's looking pretty messy right now, and that's for good reason, because I plan on showing you guys how exactly I do my hair to retain the hair length in the next video. But my hair type is type 4 hair. There's you can Google hair charts or hair type charts to figure out exactly what type of hair you have, because that's important in what products you want to use for your hair. So like I said, I have type 4 hair, meaning my hair is naturally very dry. My hair is naturally it breaks easily naturally. My hair is just naturally like that, and I'm pretty sure a lot of my natural sisters and men could attest to that. Type 4 hair is definitely more of a drier, coarse, easily broken type of hair. And that brings me into my next tip as far as hair products go. Now, you need to really just start your journey with whatever type of products you want for your hair type. I really can't tell you what products to use, because even though a certain product might work very well for my type 4 hair type, the same products I use may not be helpful for your type 4 hair. So for my type 4 hair, I know that I need to use heavy oils and heavy butters. Shea butter is my absolute favorite. You can get unrefined pure shea butter pretty much anywhere. I order mine offline. You can order it on Amazon. I have bought shea butter from the beauty supply stores. I don't like those. The pure unrefined shea butter is my go-to off Amazon or any other like African websites. They sell them also. But heavy oils for my type 4 hair, heavy oils and butters works tremendously for my hair. Usually I will spray my hair with my water and aloe vera juice, and then I'll just put my shea butter on top of my hair and style my hair that way. And my hair will stay soft and moisturized for at least a week. Like I said, if I do it more, it's probably like every 2-3 days, probably every 3 days. Moisturize your hair. The product that you use has to be also has to be moisturizing, and it's also the heavy butter like shea butter. Another heavy butter would be Jamaican black castor oil. I love Jamaican black castor oil. Those are heavy oils that's good for my type 4 hair that I will use to style my hair, and it keeps my hair moisturized for at least a week. And like I said, moisturizing your hair is very, very important in retaining your hair growth, the length of your hair. The third tip I would have to suggest is protective styling. Leave your hair alone. Don't be parting your hair and planning your hair every day. Your hair needs rest. If you keep manipulating your hair every day, it's going to break off your hair easily. Like I said, I have type 4 hair, so my hair breaks off easily. I don't want to be playing in my hair every day, because my hair is going to break at a much faster rate, even much faster than my hair is naturally. So protective style your hair, which I will show you how I protective style my hair in the next video. You can Google 2-strand twist. That is my go-to hairstyle. Pretty much I'll apply moisture to my hair, so I'll spray my hair with water. I'll get my shea butter, put that on my hair, and twist my hair up. I'll put between 10 and 15 twists in my hair, and then I'll put it in a loose bun, and I'll keep my hair like that for a week. Or I'll take the bun down and just spray the twist with some water, put a shower cap on your hair, and let it sit for about an hour. That's another great way of really infusing that moisture into your hair. Protective styling. Leave your hair alone. Find a hairstyle that works for you where you don't have to manipulate your hair as often. Some natural sisters might like to put weave in their hair. That's not a problem at all. I personally don't put weave in my hair. My scalp is really sensitive. I literally can only keep a weave in my hair for about 2 weeks, so it's a waste of money for me. But protective styling is very important in retaining your hair. Leave your hair alone. You don't need to be messing with it every day. That's really bad for your hair. The next tip I would like to suggest is getting your ends trimmed regularly. It doesn't really help if your hair is growing and you don't trim your ends. Some natural sisters don't trim their ends at all, and that works fine for them. For me, the ends of your hair is obviously the oldest of the hair. The new growth is the youngest, and the ends of your hair is the oldest. So the ends of your hair is what's going to break. Is going to break easily. The ends of your hair is more likely to break than your hair breaking up here. So trim your ends however you want to do it. Go to a stylist that you trust and get your ends trimmed. It's very important to get rid of damaged ends, and I will say that again. Damaged ends will stunt your hair growth. If you have damaged ends, your hair is going to be more prone to fairy knots. Google that, look that up, fairy knots, and becoming twisted inside, twisting upon itself and twisting between other strands. That's not good for your hair because your hair is just going to break off when it gets to that point. So you really want to make sure you have healthy ends. Now I trim my own ends, and I trim my ends about once every couple months, but some naturals will trim their hair every 2 weeks. Personally, I think that's too much. And how I trim my ends is very important. I use a search and destroy method. You can also look that up. Search and destroy method, meaning, and I'll show you, I'll just pull out some hair. My hair is kind of short up this part. I literally look at each strand of my hair and I feel the hair. If I feel, you can look at each strand of your hair and see if you have a split end. Cut that off. Cut like a centimeter above that where you see the hair shaft is splitting. Cut that off. Don't keep it. I'm telling you, it may look nice as far as overall, like, okay, your hair is long, but overall it's gonna look really bad. It's gonna look super frizzy. That's why when you straighten your hair, you have super frizzy ends, and that's because you have damaged ends. You need to make sure that you keep your ends fresh. You don't want to have split ends. You need to make sure you do regular trims. That is very, very important, because like I said, the damaged ends can start entangling upon themselves, and that's going to cause your hair to break even more. So we went through moisturizing, protective styling, leave your hair alone, search and destroy method to trim your ends, and I'll touch back on search and destroy. Pretty much search and destroy method, that's pretty much looking at each individual hair strand. Yes, it takes a long time. It takes me about 3 hours to trim my ends, because why do you want to trim all your ends if all the hair isn't damaged? Like, you understand? So if you look at each section of your hair, see exactly if this section of your hair isn't all that damaged, the ends aren't all that damaged, you don't need to cut your ends. You know, just look at the hair strands that are damaged and, you know, cut those off. Not the last thing, but one of the things that also has helped me tremendously is deep conditioning. Deep condition your hair. So if you wash your hair with shampoo, find a conditioner that works for your hair. Your hair might be protein sensitive. It might not be protein sensitive. So you don't want to use a conditioner with a lot of protein, because that's just going to make your hair weak and more prone to damage. You don't want that. So what I like to do is I will saturate my hair with water, rinse my hair with water, put conditioner in my hair, the conditioner that I like. I really like Shea Moisture products. I really like their deep conditioners, their deep treatment mask. Any of those are tremendous. I love all of them. Shea Moisture products. I'll saturate my hair with water, put the conditioner in my hair, twist my hair up like 4 big chunky twists, put a shower cap on. I'll let the conditioner sit in my hair overnight, or I might let it sit for as little as 2 hours or an hour, you know. But deep conditioning your hair, it's going to infuse all the nutrients for your hair. It's going to make your hair really soft, and it's going to keep your hair healthy. So deep conditioning your hair is extremely important. So if you're starting your journey on trying to retain your length, I would suggest to deep condition your hair at least once a week. At least once a week. Me personally, I deep condition my hair about once a week, or the longest I'll go is every 2 weeks. Currently, I haven't deep conditioned my hair for about 3 weeks. So it really just give it takes how your work schedule is, how busy you are, but deep condition your hair. It is very, very, very important. The last thing I'll touch on is when you detangle your hair. Ladies and gentlemen with long hair, you need to make sure that you are gentle with your hair. I don't use a comb in my hair. I don't use a brush in my hair. I don't remember the last time I ever brushed my hair. I don't think I've ever brushed my hair as long as I've been natural. In my 3 years of being natural, I've never put a brush to my hair. I rarely use a comb, and the comb I do use is a wide tooth comb. Make sure you get a wide tooth comb. You don't want to use those like rat tail combs, or those combs where the teeth is like really close together, because those are going to break. That's going to just break your hair off. If you can refrain from using any tools in your hair, that'd be great. That will definitely promote hair growth for you. I just use my fingers. I use my good old fingers to detangle my hair. And like I said, be very gentle. You don't want to be ripping your hair apart. And if you hear like your hair is snapping, stop. Calm down. You might be a little stressed. Come back later when you're not stressed. When you're feeling like you're up for the task of detangling your hair. It really only takes me about 15 minutes to detangle my hair. But if you're not used to using just your fingers, it might take you a good half an hour to an hour to detangle your hair. And that could be very frustrating. So just remember to be gentle with your hair. Some naturals like to detangle their hair with like dry. Like right now, I can just take my hair out or take my my ponytail holder out and just start detangling my hair. I don't do that, because I know that my type 4 natural hair is very brittle. It's very dry. So what I like to do is I like to take my spray bottle, put some spray my hair with some water, take a light oil, because shea butter or Jamaican black castor oil, those thicker oils is not very good in detangling your hair. You want something that's going to allow your hair to come apart easily. So Shea Moisture has this detangling product. I've used that before, but usually what I use to detangle my hair is I have an oil mixture that I use, and that's the last thing I'm going to talk about right now is the oil mixture I use. Okay, so I have a like an applicator bottle you can get from Sally's or probably Walmart. And it's it has oil in there, and what I put the types of oils that I put in my oil mixture is stuff that's going to help my hair grow. For example, rosemary oil. You can go to Whole Foods and get rosemary oil, or any health food store. Rosemary oil is absolutely great at stimulating the hair follicles to grow. I just started using rosemary oil at the beginning of this year, and I can definitely tell you that your hair will grow with rosemary oil. It definitely helps. I'm not sure why. You could Google. I can't. It's slipping my mind right now exactly why rosemary oil is good at stimulating the hair follicles for hair growth. But I use that. I also use rose hip oil, where you can also get that from Whole Foods or a health food store. And now the rosemary oil and the rose hip oil, they come in a bottle about that big. It's like a little bit goes a very long way. I promise you. You don't need to use half the bottle. Just put like a teaspoon in the applicator bottle, and that's all you need. It's very, very, very strong. I also use rosemary oil when I deep condition my hair. So whatever conditioner I use, I put a little bit of rosemary oil in there, mix it up, and put the conditioner on my hair and let it sit overnight or for a couple hours. That works well. Also, what I use in my oil mixture, I use olive oil, I use Jamaican black castor oil, I use vitamin E oil. Vitamin E oil is very healing to the hair. I also use sweet almond oil, and that's about it. The Jamaican black castor oil that I use for my oil mixture, it has coconut in there. And I figured I'd give it a try because coconut oil by itself, my hair actually doesn't like. That's one thing that I found out about my hair. I've heard that type 4, you might see some type 4 naturals that praise coconut oil. It works very well for their hair. Coconut oil doesn't really work well for my hair, like coconut oil by itself. So I thought I'd give it a try. I bought some Jamaican black castor oil from Sally's, and it has coconut oil in it. And I like it. It's been working very well. But like I said, so that oil mixture that I use, it has rosemary oil, rosehip oil, olive oil, vitamin E oil, and sweet almond oil. I mix all those up and I fill my applicator bottle. Most of the oil that makes up the oil mixture in the applique bottle is my Jamaican black castor oil and the olive oil. Those are the most that I use. And then I will top it off with the almond oil, the vitamin E oil, and then I'll put a teaspoon of rosemary oil and a teaspoon of rosehip oil. I love that oil mixture. I use that oil mixture to pre-poo my hair. You can Google that. Pre-poo is pretty much putting like an oil or something in your hair before you wash your hair, and that's like a protective method for when you go to wash your hair, because a lot of shampoos could be very, very, very stripping of the hair, like stripping your natural oils that you have for your hair, and of course that's not good for your hair. So putting some oil on your hair before you wash your hair is actually very helpful in trying to retain length. I actually have some oil in my hair right now. Yesterday I had sprayed my hair with some water, and I had put my oil mixture that I have, and I put that all throughout my hair, and I just put it in this messy bun. And I did that because I'm gonna wash my hair today. So I hope this video was very helpful. Please ask me anything, comment anything in the comment sections of what you would like to hear more of. If I wasn't clear on anything, yeah. So that's it. I hope that helps, guys. And definitely check out my YouTube page, Happily Nappy, or my Facebook community page, Happily Nappy 77. You can also friend request me on Facebook. I hope this helps. See you later.